Hey guys, so today we're going to be making a perfect shirt sleeve. As you can see, this is what the inside looks like. This is what the outside looks like. So I'm trying to fit it on my arm right now. And as you can see, this wasn't really showing very well, but I'm trying to bring it down. Okay, as you can see, it's fitted close. If that's what you want to see, then keep watching this video to the end as we head straight to the pattern drafting and also the sewing. So you'll be needing your basic sleeve, okay, your basic sleeve up until your full length. You'll be needing your upper and sorry, that's your cap there. You'll be needing your upper and cap sleeve, your upper and your round sleeve elbow, and of course your wrist. These are the basic measurements you'll be needing in your basic sleeve, a full basic sleeve up to your wrist. So I haven't done that. I'm going ahead to divide my wrist from the center into two on both sides of the front and the back, as you're seeing me doing now. So I haven't done that. I want to determine the length of the cuff, that sleeve cuff kind of band. So I'm using 3 inches. With my ruler, I'm going ahead to rule this line to meet both sides, front and back of the sleeve, which I'm doing like so. So those 2 inches marks that I made on both sides, I'm also going to have to mark them, and also marked my center sleeve so I do not get confused. I'm marking where the front is, and I'm also marking where the back is, and also my center sleeve. So I haven't labeled that. I'm going ahead to detach it from the main sleeve itself. I'm going ahead to detach the cuff from the main sleeve. So we're going ahead now to work on the main sleeve. You know that very part of that main sleeve always buttons at this part of your arm where you have your little finger. That's where the button is always directed, where you have your little finger. So, and it's always at the back. So that is that very line there. That's it there. So we're going ahead to work on it. I'm going ahead to cut off this very back place now. I hope that is explanatory. I'm really trying my best to explain this. And I'm going to attach this to this part. Oh, I hope you understand this properly. I'm going to attach this to this part and using my tape to hold it down so it forms a whole piece. Okay, please, if you're following me attentively, you definitely understand what I'm doing. I'm using my ruler now to smoothen it out to make sure there are no high and low edges and stuffs like that. So that is what I'm doing now. And I'll use my ruler to kind of remove those places. And this is what I am having after the whole thing. If you're not comfortable with this, you can also use your ruler to smoothen out the edges. I'm labeling up and down and also my center sleeve. Please, label is going to help you so you don't get confused when you're cutting it on the fabric. I'm labeling everything possible that I need to label, okay, so I don't get confused when I'm sewing on my fabric. Now when you close this up, this is what you're going to be having, okay. It's going to be at that very part. As you can see, my center sleeve is where it is. This is where it's going to be. So on the main sleeve, we want to try it out to see what it's going to look like on paper before we head straight to the fabric. Now I'm using my tape to hold down as if I've sewn. Okay, I'm using my tape to hold the sleeve together as if I've sewn. So I'm going ahead now to look for my center sleeve on that sleeve curve. I don't know what it's called, on that sleeve curve, I think. Then I'll attach it to rhyme with the center sleeve of the main sleeve, okay? I'll use my tape to hold it together. I'm trying to do this to see if it's going to fit in at that very tiny part of my finger all the way to my arm. So I haven't done that. Can you see? This is where your button is going to be. So it's very nice and it's okay. That is perfect where it's going to be. As you can see, that's how it's supposed to be. It's perfect. It's okay. It's not at the very part where the sleeve is being stitched the normal way, no. So this is what you're supposed to be having when you sew on your fabric. So having done this now, we are good with the outcome. We'll head straight to the fabric, okay. We'll head straight to cutting on the fabric and of course the sewing, which you also need to see kind of tricky things there to make it come out nice. So this is my basic sleeve on the fabric, the whole part of it. And now there's something I do not do on the pattern that I'll be doing on the sleeve. This is the part where I detached. That blue one is the sleeve cuff or whatever it is, the part where I detached. So there's something I do not do to the main sleeve on the pattern that I'm going to be doing on the fabric, okay. So this is it now. I'm going to have to stitch up like your normal stitching. You want to stitch up your sleeve the normal way, following your seam allowance. You know, the number of seam allowance that you left, how many inches you left for seam allowance. So I'm going to have to stitch up mine right away. So I haven't marked my seam allowance. I'm stitching like so. So I went ahead to stitch up. And I stitched up like halfway and I stopped. You can stitch up until your armhole. I just stopped halfway. I mean, I wanted to hurry up with the tutorial. I just stopped halfway. Now I'm going to have to determine my center sleeve. Okay. I checked where my center sleeve is because I actually marked the notch. And make sure you're facing the back. Okay. Make sure it's facing the back. So this is the back now, which is the outer place, the back of your sleeve. So I've marked it. Okay. Like I've divided this into two and I've marked it. I hope you understand. So I'm going to have to mark 3 inches all the way upwards. And I'm using my ruler to cut these 3 inches like so on a straight line. Please make sure it's straight. So I haven't done that now. I'm going to mark little notches by the side as if you want to make a placket. Little notches by the side as if you want to make a placket. I hope you understand. That very small thing there, are you seeing it? As if you want to make a placket, okay? Just like the normal way you make a placket, this is what you're going to do now. So having done this, you're going to cut straight straps of fabric. Don't measure, just straight straps of fabric, okay? That are kind of tiny enough for this sleeve vent. Yeah, I'm going to call it the sleeve vent. They're tiny enough for the sleeve vent. So I'm going ahead to cut it now, like so. That's what I'm doing now. And I folded it into two like this, and I'm going to be sewing it from the very tip before that very notch that we marked at the edge of that 3 inches. I'm showing you properly, please. Just exactly the way you sew, what is it called? The way you sew a placket, yes. That's what we are doing now. We are literally making a placket here. Okay, we are literally making a placket here, or the sleeve vent. So I haven't done that. Same thing we'll also be doing to the other side, okay? So I'm going to do the same thing to this other side also. So here is it. Now I'm going ahead to make a vent with it. Like I'm going ahead to make sure that one of them overlaps the other. The side which is supposed to overlaps the other. And that is what I'm doing right now, as you can see. So having done this now, I'll go ahead to open it up and stitch it down properly from the inside. That was the reason why we made that very little notch. I'm going to be stitching it up from the inside. On that very tiny stuff that I used my pen ink to raise up, then I'll cut off the excesses. Please, if you have any question, leave it in the comment section and do well to subscribe to this channel. So having done this now, this is what we're having. And I also cut off the excess of this area. Then I'll take that very part of the sleeve, which is the sleeve cuff. It should have a lining. You sew the lining to round off the outer edge of it, the part which is going to be the outer part, the part that you're not going to be attaching to the main sleeve. Use your lining to sew it, to round it off, to make it look nice for a neat finish. So that is what I'm doing now. And having done that, I'll go ahead to now fix it to my main sleeve, okay? I'm going to now fix it to my main sleeve. Remember, the part where it's overlapping the other should have more of the, should be outer more, kind of. I don't know if you understand. The part where overlaps the other should be more, should have more inches than the part that is inside. Okay, if that makes sense. I really don't know how to explain this, if that makes sense, okay. But I just hope you understand, because I'm trying my best to see that I explain this the easiest way that I can. So I'm going to have to sew it right now. This is what it looks like. So I'm finishing up the edges, like the places where we are going to be attaching our buttons, okay. I'm going ahead to finish it up. the place where we are attaching the buttons, I'm going ahead to sew it, like to make it look neat for a neat finish using the lining, so I can turn it up and it comes out nice. So I'm going ahead to turn it up now. I'm cutting off the excesses, please. So I'm turning it up now. And then we are rounding off everything for a neat finish. We're rounding up everything for a neat finish. Like so. So yeah. I hope you guys are seeing it clearly. So that's just basically it. And you have to cut off the excesses. And yeah, that's what it looks like. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.